The Eberhard stainless steel equipment manufacturer from Lichtenau near Nuremberg provides customers with excellent pneumatic presses for cooked ham in Germany and throughout the world. Leading meat industry companies and renowned butchers and meat processors trust Eberhard. That's why Eberhard is the leading company in its specialized area. All the Eberhard pneumatic presses are strong and made completely of stainless steel. The pneumatic cylinder is made of a specially developed silicone, which is heat resistant up to 115 degrees centigrade.
It is very easy to use our presses for cooked meat. Nevertheless, certain steps are necessary to ensure that you will get the best possible results. In this film, we will explain all of the important operations and model variants in detail.
The patented pneumatic Eberhard presses for cooked ham allow you to press, cook and mold salted meat to almost any shape without loss of pressure. The presses are robust and made entirely of stainless steel. Eberhard offers 4 presses for cooked ham, combined with attachments for cooked ham or sliced products for small and large companies, with a filling weight of 100 to 700 kilograms. Model 1. Small. Model 1. Small with attachment. Model 1. Large. Model 1. Large with attachment. Model 2. Small. Model 2. Small with attachment. Model 2. Large. Model 2. Large with attachment. Eberhard's presses for cooked ham are all filled according to the same principle, as exemplified here by Model 1. At the beginning of the process, the butcher rolls the salted meat that is ready to be cooked into a foil. One of many possibilities is to wrap the cooked ham in nets or stocking nets. The foil is perforated to allow for easy exit of air during the cooking process. To allow the pneumatic system to work properly, the compressed air fitting is attached to the press and the connecting hose is attached. The connecting valve must be opened. The air hose is connected. By opening the inlet valve, the pressure sledge is adjusted to a comfortable working position. This allows for ease of filling. Eberhard offers a wide range of molds for presses. The desired press mold is inserted into the pressure sledge. The pre-treated meat is inserted into the press molds. The separating strip is pulled up. The filled press molds are covered by attaching the mold lids to them. Additional mold layers can be inserted with meat content and lowered into a comfortable working position for filling, as required. When the filling height has been reached and the press is used without the attachment, a separating plate must be inserted at the end. The lid is attached and secured with 2 mandrel rods. To start the moulding process, the inlet valve is opened. The compressed air streaming into the pneumatic cylinder forces the pressure sledge with the filling against the lid. The process is complete when the factory preset pressure has been achieved and no more air enters the system. The inlet and connecting valves are closed again and the hose disconnected so the compressed air fitting can be removed. Eberhard has developed an attachment for its presses that allows for twice the filling quantity of standard models. Like all lids, this attachment is secured with 2 mandrel rods. For further filling, the fitting with the air hose must be connected. By opening the inlet valve, the lower layers can be moved upwards in the attachment. Further layers can now easily be added and filled. Layer by layer is filled and the pressure sledge is gradually lowered again by the partial opening of the outlet valve. The press can also be filled in combination with molds for belly of pork. In filling molds with bellies, it is necessary to ensure that the fatty or rind side faces up. At the end, a separating plate must always be inserted. The lid is attached and secured with mandrel rods. To start the moulding process, the inlet valve is opened. The compressed air streaming into the pneumatic cylinder forces the pressure sledge with the filling against the lid. The process is complete when the factory preset pressure has been achieved and no more air enters the system. The inlet and connecting valves are closed again and the hose disconnected so that the compressed air fitting can be removed. The press can now be pushed into the cooking chamber. To monitor the core temperature, a temperature probe is inserted into the side of the press. During pressure cooking, the cold air in the tripartite cylinder is heated. It expands and forces the pressure sledge upwards. Unlike conventional molds that allow for pressure loss, this process guarantees that the pressure increases consistently. The products are compacted and the heat can penetrate the meat faster, resulting in a reduction of cooking time and consistent shapes. After cooling down the press in the cooling room, the compressed air fitting must be attached again. The connecting hose is attached to the connecting valve and the latter is opened. By opening the outlet valve, the air can escape from the cylinder so that the pressure sledge with the pressed material lowers. The pressure on the lid is relaxed and the mandrel rods can be pulled out to allow the lid to be removed. The compressed air hose is connected to the inlet valve and the press can be readjusted to a comfortable working position by opening the valve. The first layers can now be unloaded. The result of the process is uniformly shaped belly of pork. After this, the pressure sledge is lowered again by opening the outlet valve. The lower mandrel rods are pulled out and the attachment can be removed. The rest of the press can now be unloaded. By opening the inlet valve, the remaining layers can be moved upwards and retrieved completely. With this process, the butcher can create a huge variety of optically attractive shapes to match customer expectations and industry requirements. For the eye eats as well as the mouth. Model 2 allows meat to be formed into novel slicer shapes. Modern sliced products are increasingly popular in supermarkets and specialized meat retailers. This is why nowadays suppliers have to deliver precisely proportioned, slicer-enabled and easy-to-cut products. The slicer press molds developed by Eberhard range in length from 540 to 800 millimeters. To use the pneumatic system, the compressed air fitting and the connecting hose are attached to the press. The connecting valve must be opened. The air hose is connected and, by opening the inlet valve, the pressure sledge is adjusted to a comfortable working position. This allows for ease of filling. At the beginning, the press is loaded with the mold layers. Here, for example, the butcher is placing ham for toast into the mold. Every layer is separated by a separating plate. To optimize steam distribution, a so-called steam frame is placed onto the separating plate, ensuring that the heat can penetrate well into the meat. The next layer of molds can be filled, for example, with sausage for heating in boiling water. To move the layer being filled to the correct filling position, the outlet valve is gradually opened to lower the pressure sledge. By covering the mould with a variety of lids, the butcher has a wide range of shaping options. To double the filling quantity, all Eberhardt presses for cooked meat can be used with an attachment. This attachment is mounted and, similar to the lid, is secured with two mandrel rods. For further filling, the compressed air fitting must be connected. By opening the inlet valve, the lower layers can be moved upwards in the attachment, allowing for further layers to be added and filled. Layer by layer is filled and, where necessary, lowered again by the gradual opening of the outlet valve. Finally, the lid is attached and secured with mandrel rods. The inlet valve is opened and the pressure sledge forces the material to be pressed against the lid. The compressed air streaming into the pneumatic cylinder forces the pressure sledge with the filling against the lid. The process is complete when the factory preset pressure has been achieved and no more air enters the system. The inlet and connecting valves are closed again and the hose disconnected so that the compressed air fitting can be removed. The filled presses are moved into the cooking chamber. To monitor the temperature, a temperature probe can be inserted into the side of the presses. During the pressure cooking, the cold air in the tripartite cylinder is heated. It expands and forces the pressure sledge upwards. Unlike conventional molds that allow for pressure loss, this process guarantees that the pressure increases consistently. The products are compacted and the heat can penetrate the meat faster, resulting in a reduction of cooking time and in consistent shapes. After cooling down the press for cooked meat in the cold room, the compressed air fitting must be attached again. The connecting hose is attached and the valve is opened. By opening the inlet valve, the pressure sledge is lowered in the press. The upper mandrel rods are pulled out and the lid is removed. The compressed air hose is connected to the inlet valve and the press contents are raised again to a comfortable working position by opening the inlet valve. The upper layers can then be unloaded. After this, the pressure sledge is lowered again by opening the outlet valve. The lower mandrel rods are pulled out and the attachment can be removed. By reopening the inlet valve, the remaining layers are moved upwards again and can be unloaded completely. Autonomous pressure increase during the cooking process in Eberhardt presses ensures that the product has a better aroma, an optimum shape, stable colors and increased yield. For raw ham shaping, Eberhard has developed a production system that combines a vacuum salting machine and a raw ham press. This finely tuned special process pre-treats the raw meat in an optimized dry vacuum salting process, thus significantly reducing the pressing time required for shaping the ham. 3 models of raw ham presses are available: the butcher press model for small amounts, Model 1, optionally available with an attachment, and Model 2, optionally available with up to 2 attachments. The vacuum salting machine was designed with a special 4-sided cell system that gives uniform salinity to the raw meat through its vacuumization process. The prepared raw material is inserted into the vacuum salting machine. The capacity is approximately 150 kilograms, which is equivalent to the capacity of a Model 1 raw ham press without attachment. The lid is attached and securely closed with the bent lever closures. The air hose is connected to the inlet valve. Opening the valve activates the vacuum pump, which automatically adjusts the pressure to the required value of 0.9 bar within a few seconds. The air hose can then be disconnected again. The filled machine is stored in the cold room for up to 5 days, depending on the curing time required. At the end of the curing period, the vacuum salting machine is moved out of the cold room. The pressure compensation valve is opened, thus returning the pressure inside the vacuum container to normal so that the lid can be removed. The raw ham press is ready, in this case Model 1. The air hose is connected to the fitting. By opening the inlet valve, the pressure sledge is adjusted to a comfortable working position to facilitate filling. The first step is to place a plastic plate onto the pressure sledge. Then the first ham layer is laid down. The angle plates are an important detail, needed for well-defined corners. Depending on the size of the ham, the two angles of different lengths can be combined. For thin hams of up to 7 centimetres thick, the two long bars are placed at the top and bottom, and the short bars are placed at the side. For medium-sized hams of up to 10 centimetres, a long and short bar are placed at the side. For large hams of up to 12 centimetres, the two long bars are placed at the side. Thin hams must not be any slimmer than the short bar of the angle piece, so that the ham pieces can still be pressed. The angles must overlap the ham edge by at least 1 centimetre. Once the first layer is filled, a separating metal plate is laid down. Then the next layer is inserted. Split ham is also pressed in this way. Layer by layer is added, separated by alternating separating metal plate or plastic plate. After this, the pressure sledge is lowered again by opening the outlet valve. To allow for optimum pressure compensation, the top plate directly underneath the lid must always be a plastic plate. The lid is attached and secured with mandrel rods. To start the moulding process, the inlet valve is opened. The compressed air streaming into the pneumatic cylinder forces the pressure sledge with the filling against the lid. The process is complete when the factory preset pressure has been achieved and no more compressed air enters the system. The inlet valve is closed again, the connecting hose released and the air hose disconnected. The raw ham press is then taken to the cold room for 3 to 5 days. The loss of liquid also results in a loss of pressure. Therefore, the pressing process should be repeated after 24 hours. Prior to unloading, the connecting hose is reattached to the fitting. By opening the outlet valve, the compressed air can escape from the pressure cylinder so that the pressure sledge with the pressed material lowers. The receptacle at the press floor is retrieved. This is where the liquids extracted during the pressing process are collected. The mandrel rods are now relieved and can be pulled out. Next, the lid is removed. Then the air hose is connected to the fitting. By opening the inlet valve, the finished product is lifted. The butcher can now retrieve the raw ham from the topmost layer. As he does this, he also removes the angle pieces. By opening the inlet valve, the remaining finished product can be lifted. A beautiful raw ham has been created, well shaped and easy to slice. Drying and smoking will allow it to mature to become a delicious, high-quality product. The Model 1 raw ham press can also be used with an attachment to double its capacity. Specifically for the production of sliced raw ham products, Eberhard has developed a press that allows you to produce ham pieces of 800 millimeters in length. This allows for the manufacture of bars such as bacon, silverside, haunch or split ham in equal shapes, so you can supply discounters with slicer-enabled raw ham. Difficult to believe, but true nonetheless. Eberhard has made it possible to produce raw ham by the meter.
I'm sure we have demonstrated that our press systems are an efficient and easy-to-use aid for your daily production work. Should you still have any questions or problems, please don't hesitate to contact us. We will find specific solutions for your needs.